So today we're going to be looking at the ECG, which is a measurement of the waves of depolarization and repolarization, and it's associated with each beat of a healthy heart. So waves of depolarization and repolarization follow a specific route through the heart, and they produce a typical PQRST waveform. And the wave of depolarization heading towards a positive or a recording electrode produces an upward deflect, which you can see in the ECG. Now, first what happens is where we have depolarization of the atria, which produces a P wave. So we have an initiation of an electrical impulse at your SA node, and that causes that P wave to be formed. Now, the next thing that happens is we have this depolarization of the AV node, and this is through intraceptal pathways, I'm pretty sure. So because of that, we get a PR segment. So there is an 0.1 second delay at the AV node to allow for the atria to fill up with blood and contract, and if we did not have that, then atria and ventricles would be contracting in synchrony, and we don't want that to happen because then the heart can't supply blood efficiently. Now the next thing that happens is we move down, and here we have septal depolarization from the base to the apex and left to right, which produces our Q wave. So then after the Q wave, we have an R wave produced. So depolarization of most of the ventricular free wall from the endocardium to the epicardium and from the apex to the base, producing this R wave. So your atrial repolarization is kind of hidden by this great depolarization of your ventricles. Now, the next thing is your S wave, which is depolarization of the remaining ventricular wall. And this is near the base. So near the base is from the apex, but from the mid-myocardial outward in direction. So it produces that S wave. Now, the last thing we have is your repolarization. So repolarization of your ventricles occurs from the apex to the base, epicardium to endocardium, and produces your T wave. So the shapes, sizes, and durations of these waves provide an important clinical significance to looking at the electrical health of the heart. And this is a good depiction of what occurs, and this happens every single second. When your heart is beating, it produces this electrical signal for blood to flow throughout.